Family kicked me out on my birthday. Now they're trying to claim my new home as a family asset. Hey, I'm Robin. And man, do I have a story for you. I'm 27, and life's been a bit of a mess lately. I work as a marketing assistant, which is not glamorous, but it pays the bills. Well, some of them. I live with my parents and my younger brother Tom in a not so great house. The place is cramped, falling apart, and always smells weird, but it's home, or at least it was. Let me start by saying I've been contributing a lot around here. I've been paying a big chunk of the bills, buying groceries, and even handling house repairs when something breaks down. You'd think I'd get a little appreciation for that, right? But nah. Every time I walk into the room, I hear my mom, Susan, talking down to me like I'm some failure. Robin, when are you going to get a real job? She'd say. It's like her favorite line. I mean, what does she even mean by real job? I bust my butt at work. Marketing isn't easy, but in her eyes, because I'm not a doctor or a lawyer, it doesn't count. Every time I try to defend myself, it's the same response. If it was a real job, you'd have your own place by now. Yeah, okay, mom. And then there's Tom, my 26-year-old brother. We've never really gotten along. He's got this smug attitude, always looking down on me like he's better than I am because he has more followers on social media or whatever. He barely lifts a finger around the house. Guess who picks up the slack? Yep, me. But does anyone care? Nope. Anyway, my 28th birthday was coming up, and I was kind of excited for it despite everything. I know, dumb, right? But I really thought maybe this year would be different. I even saved up and got myself a nice cake from this fancy bakery downtown. I was imagining how we'd have a little celebration, just the four of us. It wasn't going to be anything big, but I thought maybe, just maybe, they'd actually care. So a few days before, I sat down with my mom and dad, Mark, to talk about it. Hey, I was thinking we could do something for my birthday this weekend. Just, hang out, maybe have some cake, I said, trying to keep my hopes in check. Mom didn't even look up from her magazine. We'll see, Robin. We might have plans. Plans? On my birthday? I should have known something was up, but I didn't want to believe it. I mean, I've been living here my whole life, helping out, working hard. Why would they have plans that didn't include me? Fast forward to my birthday, and I was feeling good. I went to work, got a bunch of happy birthday messages from coworkers, and even treated myself to a new outfit. Things were looking up, right? I thought maybe, just maybe, I'd get home, and they'd have a little surprise waiting for me. I don't know, a card, a cake, something, anything. But the second I pulled into the driveway, my stomach dropped. My stuff was out on the front lawn. Boxes, bags, my clothes, my books, everything. Just thrown out there like trash. I jumped out of the car, my heart pounding, and rushed over to the porch. And there they were, my mom, dad, and Tom, just standing there staring at me. It was like some twisted family meeting or something. My heart was racing, and I couldn't even think straight. What's going on? I asked, trying to keep my voice from shaking. Mom stepped forward, her face cold like she didn't care at all. Robin, it's time for you to move out. You're not welcome here anymore. I stood there, frozen, like I couldn't process what she was saying. Move out? On my birthday? What kind of sick joke was this? I looked at Dad, hoping he'd step in, say something, tell me this was all a misunderstanding. But no, he just stared at the ground, his hands stuffed in his pockets like he couldn't even look at me. I felt this rush of anger and confusion. But it's my birthday! Where am I supposed to go? My voice cracked, and I hated how desperate I sounded. That's when Tom chimed in, his smirk making me want to scream. Maybe you should have thought about that before being such a burden all these years. A burden? I was the one paying the bills, buying food, keeping this crappy house from falling apart. How was I the burden? I looked at my mom, hoping, begging for some kind of explanation, something that made sense. It wasn't enough, she said, her voice sharp like a slap. We need the space, and frankly, you need to grow up. That was it. No empathy, no second chances, just cold indifference. Tears welled up in my eyes, but I refused to let them see me break down. Can I at least get my things? I asked, my voice barely above a whisper. They're all packed, my mom replied, gesturing to the boxes on the lawn like it was no big deal. You should go now. That was it. Happy birthday to me, right? I started loading the boxes into my car, my hands shaking. It felt surreal, like I was living someone else's nightmare. I wanted to scream, to cry, to ask them how they could be so heartless, but I didn't. I just kept moving one box after another, trying to hold myself together. As I finished packing up the last of my things, I turned to look at them one last time, hoping, no, praying that they'd change their minds.